Hello and welcome to Between Us. This is another one of the visual novels that was made for the 2025 Love and Attraction Game Jam. As with the case with all those visual novels, it will center around the themes of love and attraction and anything that is surrounding those, around that general vicinity. I believe that this visual novel revolves around two characters, the main character, of course, and another one that is a past love interest that they're meeting after a few years. The visual novel is also, I think it was written in Brazilian Portuguese, but it is translated into English. So if there happens to be any errors or anything like that, then, we know why. What else? I think admittedly, the only reason that the visual novel attracted me was the only sprite in the visual novel, which is the other character. And they're like a spotted dog, I think. And the sprite looked really cool. I don't really know much about the visual novel aside from the little mini synopsis, which is your such and such character and you're meeting, or they're meeting their boyfriend from several years ago again, in a chance meeting, I think. So yeah. Considering the type of visual novels that I have seen, that I've been reading lately from the Jam, this could be a very interesting story because all the other ones they weren't just love and attraction or relationship like that. They were a little bit more interesting than that, than just the general thing that you would think people would be writing about. Anywho, so yeah, let us begin Between Us. That's not what I wanted. What I wanted was for my father to accept a part of me at least once in my life. But all I got from him was this black eye and a threat. Typical of him. I can feel my eyes getting wet. I need to talk to Bernardo. Oh my god, where is he? Did my father... I run out of the bathroom to find him, and find myself face to face with my mom. She, I believe as shaken as I am, hugs me tightly. At least, she sees me as someone worthy of love. But I need to speak with Bernardo now. I look for him in every room of the house, but I can't find him. My heart starts beating faster. Oh my god, did my father really... No, this can't be real. Someone hugs me from behind. Looking at these black paws with white splashes, I know exactly who it is. I hug him back, crying, but now with happiness. He's crying too, but he seems calm. Too calm. He takes me to my bedroom, and there he tells me that everything is gonna be okay, that we're just going through some bad times. And just when I start to calm down, I hear a scream outside. From my mom. Running down the stairs, we go to look for her in the backyard. And when we find her, we see her looking in shock at the pool, because inside there is... Between Us. 6 years later. This time clock may be my worst enemy. I usually don't have to deal with this until mid-afternoon. But since I had forgotten my lunch, it's either this or... not eat. Good thing I have patience. The tiny screen shows the name Marco Cruz next to a 3x4 photo of a maned wolf with a grumpy face. Is this how others see me on the street? I'd rather believe it's only a quirk of this type of photo. Anyway, I need to find some lunch nearby. Searching on my cell phone, I see that, luckily for me, there is a coffee shop in this same building, just a few floors below where I am, a place called Café Der House. I get in the elevator and press the button for the floor that I want to go to. When I think it's gonna stop, it keeps going down. Is this thing defective? That's okay. You just have to wait for it to get to wherever it wants to go and press the button again. It goes to the ground floor, and when the doors open, I see a dog with black fur and white spots on his nose and paws. Could it really be him? Bernardo? When he looks up from his cell phone, he is shocked and comes to hug me tightly. I, of course, return the gesture. It's been so long. It's impossible not to notice the scent of his shampoo. I didn't expect to see you so soon. What are you doing here? Well, I came to lunch at a place that I've been a regular for a while. What about you? Would it be Cafe Terhao by any chance? I was going there, but the elevator took me to the ground floor. Weird. How about we go there and catch up then? And then we went to the cafeteria. When the elevator doors opened, we could already smell the aromas of fresh coffee. Bernardo pointed towards the door, bending over. Ladies first. I laughed, elbowing him lightly. Jerk. If I already felt like eating when my break started, now I feel hungry. Where do you want to sit? Looking around until I find a table that suits my type. I point my chin at one in the back. When we sit down, he says, I forgot that you like to hide from everyone. I'm not hiding, I don't like too many eyes on me, you know. Uh-huh. I open the menu for both of us to see. So, what will you want? There are several options, each with several filling options, including crepes, couscous, tapioca, and I didn't even get into the savory section yet. I think I'll order a couscous stuffed with sun-dried meat and an espresso. What about you? Suddenly, I remember that I don't have a good relationship with this food when he's around. I hope he doesn't remember that. He hasn't made up his mind yet? I look up and think that I see him looking at me dreamily. I'll, order the same as you. Great. I ask Bernardo to go and place our order. While he leaves, I take the opportunity to take a better look around. Through the window, I can see that a heavy rain is coming. As for the coffee shop, it's actually a really lovely place. From where I'm sitting, if I hadn't leaned over to see the other tables, I'd say that there was no one else here besides us. If it weren't for someone who thought that it was a good idea to watch TikTok not only without headphones, but also with the volume turned up to full. I take a deep breath. Patience, Marcos. This boy must be just waiting for that woman to get out of the checkout line. Because of the volume of the phone, I cannot but eavesdrop on what he's listening to. Several generic songs accompany voices speaking scripts that I'll forget in 5 seconds. He barely watches a video before moving on to the next one. I bet he'll forget everything too. The next video catches my attention because of the song, which I recognize as one that they always seem to use when talking about something mysterious. Let's talk about the mysterious case that creeped out everyone in Brazil. Oh no, it's that kind of video. I can feel my head throbbing already. There are a number of things that I consider abominations of humanity, and true crime is one of them. To me, they represent some people's insatiable desire to take a disaster that doesn't suit them and dissect it and ridicule everything and everyone involved in exchange for nothing. I mean, for the person who posted it was in exchange for likes and views. I hope it was all worth it. Bernardo is already back? Did something happen? Let me guess. The TikTok guy? I can't help but smile. He knows me very well. I know you so well. So how's your life going? It's been a while since we last talked. Really funny to hear that coming from you. Me? Oh, nothing special, I guess. Nothing special? Marcos, it's been 6 years. A lot happens even if it's nothing special. Well, I started some hobbies while I was away. Does that count? Now I go hiking. He seems surprised. Really? I would never say that you were the type to exercise. Things change, I guess. I don't know. I just like to walk alone for hours and reconnect myself to nature for a while. Now I'm recognizing you. And your mom? How is she? She's doing great. Lately, I've been feeling like she's younger, you know? She even wanted to come back here to start her life over. That's why I came back, actually. I'm so happy for her. He really seemed happy when he said that, but even so, I feel like there was something strange about his reaction. But what about you? What have you been doing these years? Me? Oh, I created a blog, actually. What? Uh-huh. It's impossible not to remember when we were younger and the two of us and some friends had the dream of creating a YouTube channel together. Teenagers are so innocent. And what's it about? There's no fixed theme, I'd say. I talk about whatever subject comes to mind during the week, you know? Like this Friday, I talked about one of those horror stories that people posted on forums, you know? This one in particular. The way that he looked at me in a disguised way made me realize my posture, with both arms on the table, one hand holding my head, which seemed to be melting while my eyes were dreamy. If it were anyone else, I would definitely hide it and pretend that I wasn't like that. But it's Bernardo. I'm not ashamed of being like that, because he's someone who can bring out the best in me. Just talking to him, I realized how I spent the whole day in a bad mood that had completely vanished when I looked at him. When I came to, I saw that our food had just arrived, looking and smelling delicious. I'll tell you the rest later. Or rather, I'll send you the link. We finally pick up our cutlery and start eating. Or at least I start. Bernardo seemed to be looking at his plate with a smile on his face. Hey, you know what this reminds me of? He says, pointing at his couscous. Oh no. Of what? Remember when Ju, Thiago, and I met you? Please no. Back then, you were so shy. Anything but that. Then when we asked you your name, you said something like, Marcos Cruz. I can feel my ears burning. Then whenever we wanted to annoy you, we'd call you Couscous. Dear God, take this moment away from me. Ugh, teenagers are so stupid. Right? That's not even funny. That too, but what I mean is, I was so closed off and, I don't know, emo, when I didn't even have anything to be ashamed of yet. When I finished, I saw that he made that face again. Is something happening to him? Why is he like that? This isn't the Bernardo that I know. I don't know what's going on yet, but I am gonna find out. While we ate lunch, we caught up on the rest of our conversations. Almost up, I mean. After paying the bill, we headed towards the elevator to wait for one. When we got in, I saw him press the T button when the doors closed. Say, I really enjoyed this lunch. It reminded me of our dates. Yeah. Now I think I know what he's feeling. Anguish. That's my cue. Say, Bernardo. Sorry to be a bit, indiscreet. But are you by any chance, ashamed of when we dated? Because if you are, that's fine. But I wish you would. No. I mean, of course not. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you're acting weird. What do you mean? Every time that I talk about that time, or afterwards you get, I don't know, gloomy? He holds my hands. I feel the air getting a little stuffy. Marcos, I remember fondly when we were together. You were the best boyfriend that I ever had. Really? So, why did you stop texting me when I was away? Is that what you were worried about? Wow, Marcos, it's not that I stopped. It's just that we got busier. We don't have time to be on the internet all the time. We? Are you talking about Juliana and Diago? They kept talking to me on the same frequency. Only you... I start to fan myself with my hand. Wow, it's really hot in here. Yeah, right. I thought it was just me. He starts to look at me as if he noticed something. Hey, is it just me or... did we stop? He tried to open the door with a button. Nothing happened. There must be a way out. I look at the panel and, of course, the emergency button. Pressing it to see if it worked. Hello? Who am I talking to? We're stuck in the elevator. I see. We're going to send our technicians. In the meantime, please stay calm. It's the best thing to do. Yes, of course. Thank you very much for the advice. Marcos, what she said is true. About how we sit down for now. He crouched down, sat on his haunches, and leaned against the wall. Seeing the way he was, maybe that's the best thing to do. I imitate him, sitting across and trying my best not to poke him with my huge maned wolf legs, which is a bit difficult. But when I see that he doesn't care, I just stop and stay quiet. We've been here for about an hour or so, long enough for it to get really stuffy. We haven't done anything. It's like the only thing that we could do at the moment was to stare at nothing, or at each other's faces sometimes. The only sound was silence. Until we could hear hissing sometimes accompanied by a rumbling. Wow, the rain seemed... Yeah. When I think that we're going to keep waiting in silence, Bernardo speaks again. Hey, Marcos? Hmm? Now that we're here, I wanted to apologize for making you think that I was ashamed of what we used to be. The truth is that I never forgot about you, ever since you left. I... I don't know. I felt like you didn't want to talk to me anymore, especially after we... I could see his eyes start to get watery. I was a dumb teenager, okay? At the time, it made perfect sense, but saying it out loud now... I laughed lightly despite myself, the not innocent that I am. Bernardo, I confess that I was nervous a few weeks before coming back here. Because I felt deep down that I had forced you to agree to break up with me. I had made the request because it was what I thought I should have done. Teenagers are so stupid. What I mean is, how about we go back and make up for what we lost? I offer my hand, and he takes it. I had never thought about it before, but in this light, the marks, that'd be nice. But on one condition. No more secrets between us, okay? Okay. No more secrets between us. I take a deep breath to sink my guilty conscience. You know, when I left, I told you that it was because we had financial problems. His eyes start to get teary. You're smart, aren't you? You always knew that it was a lie. That's why I didn't... The faint red can try to hide the wet marks on his face, but his sobs give it away. Did you really think that I didn't see the way others looked at you? What were they saying about you behind your back? Bernardo, take a deep breath and look at me. It's okay. All of this is in the past. I pull him into my chest and then he starts to breathe in and out until he calms down. He gets off my lap, sitting next to me now. Better now? He shakes his head. Yes, but now it'll be harder for me to tell my secret. Okay, let's go. Do you remember your 15th birthday? It's hard to forget. I nod. Your father found... We told him. And he got really angry. He treated you badly, much worse than usual. That shit-faced bastard. And I knew what it was like to live with someone like that. I knew that he was going to do worse, much worse. I couldn't let him do that. I couldn't let him, or I don't know, anything else come between us. So He starts to hyperventilate again. Oh my god, how am I gonna say this? I knew that he took drops to sleep. And I knew where you guys kept the medicine, so I just had to throw it all in the... all I remember is that after that, he passed out right on the edge of the pool. All I had to do was... Nothing seems real. I get chills. On the metal wall, I think I can see stains. My pressure must be... How should I react to this? When I come to, I see Bernardo is completely out of it. I'm a monster. I ruined a life. I ruined your life. I ruined your reputation. Because of me, you had to run away. And I wanted so much to be with you, but I didn't even have the courage to talk to you. I'm a coward. I'm a coward. I don't know how a normal, rational person would react to this, so I just let my instincts take over. I pulled Bernardo's head from behind and started kissing his mouth. Words were no longer necessary. Everything I wanted to say could be through gestures. The caresses in his pressed hand, which are shaking, my understanding look, my finger wiping a tear from his face. Until a white glow came from the floor, hurting our eyes, which were used to the dark. Looking closer, we could see that the elevator had stopped between the cement and the ceiling of the floor below. Are you guys okay? Come on, let's get you out of there. I helped them get Bernardo out first, and of course, they can tell that he's very emotional. What happened? Then they get me out. He's claustrophobic. I understand why you felt so bad about telling me this. To be honest, I don't even know if I can understand it properly. But Bernardo, I feel like we both see this dark point in our past in a very different way. I ruined your life? A monster? I'll do my best to convince you otherwise. And no more secrets between us? That's fine by me. I have no problem sharing this secret with you and only you, my hero. My love. The end. The guy just confessed to killing your dad. I feel like the reaction is a bit I don't know if the proper word is disproportionate, but like I feel like you should be having a slightly different reaction to that. I mean, it could be that the dad was really, really bad to the point where killing him is kind of like the only way to get your boyfriend out of the situation. Well, I mean, your boyfriend and probably the mom of the boyfriend. But I'm like, like, ooh. Oh my god. Anywho, this was definitely a little bit different. I mean, I guess happy ending for you. You got your boyfriend back. Although, you guys probably want to go through a little bit of therapy because, he just confessed to allowing your father to drown, but also to drugging him and then allowing him to drown. So, like, yeah. Technically speaking, at least in California, you're not legally forced to help somebody that is drowning. I mean, it might look very bad on you if you don't help like a drowning person or at least attempt to help them. But like, you're not legally bound to help them. However, it is a felony to drug someone. And technically, these are just like sleeping drops. It could be like melatonin or something, or I guess something stronger to knock out somebody. But like, yeah. I wouldn't be like, oh, it's okay. Or I forgive you. I would be like, oh, I'm gonna have to get out of here right now. Like, thanks for dealing with my dad, I guess, but like, but again, maybe the situation was as it is sometimes in like some TV show, well, not TV shows, like TV movies or movies in general, where the person that they get rid of is a really horrible person, and doing something like this is warranted by what's happening there. But like, dude, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's fine. I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to mull this over a little. Yeah, I'll see you when I see you. But like, yeah. Anywho, what are your thoughts? Write it down in the comments, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play any of the other Love and Attraction Game Jam visual novels, I will be posting a link down in the description, as well as for this particular one or the writer of this one. Like, I think with a little bit more rewriting, you might be able to get it so it's not such a like a like, oh, I drugged your dad and I let him drown. More like, I kind of had to do this for your sake. Like, you know? Because it does seem very like, oh, like, you know? Anywho, so yeah, description stuff will be there, as well as my channel member link in case you want to, watch these videos as they're being scheduled. It does help support the channel and me by extension, because I am the channel. And what else? Oh yeah, Ko-fi, in case you want to support me through there. Not necessary, but like, if you want to, if you can't support the channel because the channel members thing is not available in your country, then there's Ko-fi. Also, throw me a bone right there. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.